David Morrell personally, and we'll probably do a video on this, but I see David Morrell as a major player in the division, Jay, to be quite honest with you. And I want to take a little time to talk about him. Morrell has the requisite size. He has the requisite power to be a problem for Canelo Alvarez, for David Benavidez, for anybody that chooses to be at the 168-pound division. Because of that power. And he's not just powerful, Jay, but he's skillful too. Like the gentleman from Ghana, he couldn't get anything off for Morrell. Morrell has looked destructive. Now, of course, when he gets into the ring with anybody that's more skilled, we'll see where maybe some of his deficiencies are right now. But as it stands, based off what we've seen, he would be a problem for anybody. And he seems like, you would think, hey, I don't want to put him in a ring with somebody like David Benavidez too quickly, right? Because where is he? Like, that was his 10th fight yesterday, if I'm not mistaken. He's 10-0.
Yeah, that was his 10th fight. Yeah, he's 10-0 with 9 knockouts.
But so that's really quick to put him in a ring with a world-class fighter like David Benavidez. But when you look at the power, he's David Benavidez size, if not an inch taller. The range that he has, the skills that he has, he's going to be a problem for anybody at 168 pounds. So I don't think you'll see him in a ring anytime soon with somebody like Canelo, because personally, and people are going to say that we're hating when we say this, but I don't even think Canelo really wants to be in the ring with David Benavidez. And David Benavidez is certainly a bigger name than David Morrell. So he's definitely not going to get in the ring with David Morrell. David Benavidez has shown a willingness to fight basically anybody in the division. And I truly believe that when he says that he wants to stake his claim as the best in the division and one of the best all time, I believe that. And you know that there were rumors before, Jay, that he was getting ready to fight David Morrell, which I was very surprised about. Like, why in the hell would you fight David Morrell when you got an opportunity to fight Canelo Alvarez? I'd be trying to position myself solely to fight Canelo Alvarez. I would forget David Morrell, forget him. Let me get Canelo Alvarez and then move up to 175 and fight somebody like Bivol, which I would probably have an advantage over, right? If I'm David Benavidez. Or Better Beef. And if I lose the Better Beef, I mean, nobody's going to say anything. So, the fact that he was willing to fight Morrell, or at least there was some conversation in regards to him fighting Morrell, that's a big deal. I just think right now, man, David Morrell is a huge player at 168 pounds. That power is going to give anybody problems. That range is going to give anybody problems, skills. He has it all. Ronnie Shields is doing a really, really good job with him, Jay. So what's your thoughts on those comments that I just made?
Yeah, no, I mean, if I was David, I was surprised when David said that he was. David Benavidez said he was okay with fighting Morrell, but to the best of my knowledge and recollection, I thought Morrell's team stopped that fight back then. I want to say it was a couple of years ago, maybe.
No. That was this year. That was this year.
That was this year? I thought for sure. I thought it was for before.
That was this year. That was this year.
Oh, well, I mean, that still surprised me. That's why I like David Benavidez, because he's wanting to fight. He's been wanting a Canelo fight for the longest. He was a mandatory for the longest. But people say, "Oh, you need to fight somebody." Okay, so he did. He fought Plant. He fought Boo Boo. So now, if I'm here, I'm not fighting David Morrell next. My fight next in May, I'm demanding WBC handle their business and make me the mandatory, make Canelo to fight me then. He doesn't need to fight no damn winner of John Ryder Munguia. Doesn't need to fight no Jamal Charlo. Don't need to fight anyone else out there. He needs to be fighting David Benavidez. That's the fight he should fight in May. Point blank, period. No one else. So that's what I'm going there. It's not a fact that I'm going to be afraid of Morrell. It's just right now I've earned it. I fought damn near. I'm not supposed to be cleaning up everyone in the division over and over again and just let Canelo just to fight whoever he wants. I know Canelo is the cash cow. We know that. But I'm tired of that. And we'll get into that about some other fighters that kind of do the same thing as well, as far as who they fight and when they fight and whatnot. But I think David Morrell is damn good. He's scary. I mean, being a southpaw as well, and the size and the speed and the power, it's going to be interesting to see that young man continuing his career. I definitely want to see him and David fight, him and Benavidez fight, but I want to see Canelo fight Benavidez first.
No, definitely. But let me ask you this. If Canelo were to do this, which I thought he would, but I mean, at this point, and feel free in the chat to tell us if you feel differently, but would you accept Canelo Alvarez saying that he would want to fight someone like David Morrell if he was like, yeah, David Morrell is going to be my next fight for May? would you be like, okay, not only am I cool, I'm cool with that fight, but I think that Canelo is taking a risky fight, and if he were to win, I would give him full credit for doing so. I'm just curious, just based off of, because right now Morrell is 10-0, so he lacks experience. But man, he looks absolutely devastating right now, dude. Devastating.
Yeah, I mean, of course, I would watch that fight just because I think David Morrell is a really good fighter. I don't know if he's ready for Canelo based on all that experience. I mean, now David Benavidez has more experience than Morrell, but Canelo's been around for a long time. He's fought some of everybody. You know, I don't know if Morrell is ready for that just yet, although he's wanting Benavidez. But right now, I'll watch that fight, of course. But the fight that has to happen in May is Benavidez and Canelo. Otherwise, Canelo is, you know, he's going to be looking like a duck, basically, on that, because that's his mandatory. You know what I'm saying? It's been far too long now. Who has he fought? He's fought everyone you told him to fight. Now you want to fight David Morrell. Who else are you going to want to fight next? The next person that comes out 168 that knocks somebody out? You know, how long are you going to keep running that same old lame story? But I mean, of course, I would watch that fight and I would give Canelo credit for that fight. But I would favor Canelo probably in that Morrell fight, more than likely, yeah, because of experience on there, you know. But Morrell, with time, that dude's going. He's nasty. He's a major problem. And Jay, I like that. A Morrell versus Caleb Plant. That'd be a good fight. I was chatting with one of my homeboys yesterday about that. We both said, like, David Morrell and Plant, that would be a great fight to have. Great fight to have. I don't know if Plant's gonna go that route with him though.
Yeah, I don't see Plant taking that fight. So one part of me would like to say that I would give Canelo Alvarez full credit for fighting someone like David Morrell because of like the size difference, the power, the reach advantage, so forth and so on. But because we haven't seen David Morrell in there with the upper echelon of the 168-pound division, so someone that can actually challenge him and or expose his deficiencies, then, you know, it's a catch-22. So like initially, if Canelo were to beat him, I'd say, you know what, man, I got to give Canelo full credit for beating him. But you know what I always say, Jay, and a lot of people don't like this because they like for you to stand on the same thing regardless of what new information is available to you. But when new information is available, then our opinions may change. If he were to go and fight Canelo Alvarez and Canelo Alvarez beats him, right, and then he subsequently loses to, like, I'm just gonna throw Caleb Plant name out there, right, and you know he doesn't look good against Caleb Plant. Not only that, he loses. Then the win for Canelo Alvarez, of course, is diminished. Like, what you did before is important, but also what you did after is important, right? So it's gonna always play a factor into your career.